Good morning everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. For this morning, I am going to rank the 6 pieces of cheese, which is the king, the queen, the rook, the bishop, the knight, and the pawn. I will rank it from the most important part of the cheese until the less important part. You can watch it later. It's better to watch it. What is chess? Chess is one of the oldest and most popular board games. It is played by two opponents on a checkered board with specially designed pieces of contrasting colors, commonly white and black. The objective of the game is to capture the opponent's king. Before I rank the 6 pieces, I want to introduce first the 6 pieces of the chess. The first is the king, second is the queen, third is the rook, next is the bishop, then the knight, and lastly the pawn. As you can see, there is a legend. The first emoji that I put is the heart red, which means that it is the highest rank or the most important pieces of cheese. Second is the green heart, third is the orange heart, fourth is the yellow heart, fifth is the blue heart, and lastly is the violet heart. Well, the most important pieces of chess is the king. Without a leader, the pieces cannot move. The king is the most important piece in the game of chess. The king is not as powerful as the queen, but he is considered the most important piece that needs the most protection. Once a king is trapped and no other moves will allow him, the game is over. The pieces that I put is the queen. It is the one of the most important pieces in chess. In terms of raw power, the queen is the most powerful piece on the chessboard and one of the most iconic pieces in any board game. The next piece is the rook. It captures an opposing piece by occupying its space. The rook is the second most powerful piece. Since they move on straight lines, they need open ranks and files to be effective. The next piece is the knight. The knight is the only piece in that game of chess that can jump over other pieces, regardless of whether those pieces are black or white. Knights capture enemy pieces by replacing them on their square. Knight in chess is important because it moves differently than any other chess piece. Above all, knight in chess is very powerful and dangerous. The next piece is the bishop. The bishop long range allows it to both protect your pawns and threaten your opponent's pawns, making it easier to promote the pawns you have left and eventually deliver checkmate. In certain situations, having an extra bishop in an endgame is not enough to checkmate your opponent's king. The bishop can move in a direction diagonally so long as it is not obstructed by another piece. And the last piece of chess is the pawn. The pawns are extremely important in chess. The idea that pawns are weak because of their constrained movement is completely inaccurate. So this is the ranking segment. The first is the king, second is the queen, third is the rook, fourth is the knight, fifth is the bishop, and lastly is the pawn. That's all for the ranking segment of the 6 pieces of cheese. Thanks for watching and God bless.